In this video, we're going to be installing the Meso Customs Puddle Pods for the 2020 4Runner. The Puddle Pods feature lights by VLEDs. Here's a photo of what the factory puddle lights look like. Then here's a video. It lights up just a little bit, but even on my camera, you can't see that the lights are even on. I honestly didn't even know they had puddle lights for probably about a year after having this car. The first thing that you want to do is basically move the mirrors towards the vehicle. So we're going to start on the right hand side. I'm going to move it all the way to the left. Once I get around to the mirror, what I'm going to do is on the right hand side, where you see me stick my hand, I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. It's got some clips behind it. You're going to hear a little bit of popping noises as you pull it out, but it comes off pretty easy. On the inside, in the corner closest to the car, there is a wire harness. This is for the adjustable mirror and the defroster. You want to go ahead and pull that plug so you can easily remove the mirror. You're going to go ahead and put this mirror in a safe spot. Now, the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take off this top plastic piece behind the mirror and then the bottom plastic piece. There are a few clips inside here. There's two clips for the top plastic right here. There are clips right below it for the blinker. On this side, I did take the blinker off, but I don't recommend doing that. And then there's another clip on the bottom that I'm going to show right here that'll take off that back plastic or the bottom plastic piece. Here I'm removing the top plastic piece. So for a close-up, there were two clips. One was on the left, and that clip you're going to push to the right. The one that was on the right, you're going to push that clip up, and that's going to release that top plastic piece. These are the only two clips for the top plastic piece that you have to manually move. The other ones are pop-in clips. So you're going to go ahead and pull the plastic piece, and it's going to kind of pop off or break loose. Once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and unscrew these two screws on the backhand side of the mirror. This is going to help release that bottom plastic piece, because that bottom plastic piece actually is that part and then the part above the blinker itself. So it kind of wraps around the blinker. There is one clip on this one, and you're going to go ahead and push this clip towards where I'm standing, towards the right, and then give it a little bit of force on the black piece, because it's going to pop off a little bit. What I found was it would be best to put where my hand is with my ring on it right there, and then the bottom hand kind of go around the side to try to start breaking those clips off. You may also want to go ahead and kind of gently pull on the upper portion that is above the blinker, because like I said, it's all going to come off on one piece. Move the camera to a different angle. I apologize for standing in front of the camera most of the time. I was trying to do this on my own. I didn't have anybody else to help me videotape. But as you can see, I'm kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the upper portion and a little bit of pressure on the bottom portion of that plastic to try to break it loose from the clips. Once you have the plastic piece loose, you'll have to go ahead and remove the light from its housing and give it a little bit of a twist, and then that light will remove from the housing and just pulls right out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take apart the housing itself. You have this black housing. It's a kind of a bigger housing. There are two screws for the housing, and then there's two screws for the light bulb housing itself. You'll have to remove all four of these, because the white light bulb housing will have to come out in order to get the bottom black housing off. Now you can put the Meso Customs housing in. There are tabs that go on one side, and then the screws line up with the holes on the other side. What I found is that these Meso Custom housings are not exact, but they're close enough. So what I did, and you don't have to, but I sanded down the screw holes just a little bit to try to make it a little bit of a better seal. Once that's all done, you're going to go ahead and put the two screws back in and to hold that housing. And then for the Meso Customs light, you're going to go ahead and put it through underneath, kind of push it in, get it all centered in there. On the back of this, there are two screw holes. What you're going to do is kind of line it up in between those vents so you can screw it in and it'll hold the light itself. You're going to be given screws with washers. You'll go ahead and put the washers around the screws, and then you should be able to thread them into the lights and kind of tighten them down. This way it holds the lights in place. Comes with the little Allen wrench. Use the Allen wrench to tighten down the screws that hold the light in. After you tighten in the screws, there is a wire connector that is provided with it. With the wire connector, it only plugs into the light one way. There's a kind of like a circular rubber piece that only allows it to be plugged in one way. I'm going to go ahead and push that together until it seals or snaps. All right, now we can get ready to go ahead and start putting it back on the mirror. The light bulb, for the original light bulb, the stock light bulb, it is not a twist or anything, it just pulls straight out. So you're going to go ahead and pull the light bulb out. And then for the Meso Customs, the wire connector that you have is dual polarity or has no polarity. You can plug this right into the light bulb socket, and it doesn't matter which way it's facing. It'll go ahead and it will work. It won't short circuit, anything like that. Once you get it plugged in, you have to kind of push the wires inside to where they're not in the way of any clips, but then you can push the plastics all back together and get them put back onto the mirror itself. Because on this side I removed the blinker, you'll see me have a little bit of trouble getting everything to go back properly. Because that blinker has to sit right in the middle of that plastic, made it a little bit difficult to go ahead and get that all put together. And then for the replacing of the mirror housing, you just kind of do it backwards. You just do that bottom plastic. Go ahead and do the screws that hold the bottom plastic piece in. And then we'll go ahead and do the top plastic, which just snaps right in. After that, you'll go ahead and do the mirrors, or do the mirror right back into the face. When you put the mirror back on, be sure to plug in the wire harness again. This is to adjust the mirror and for the defroster. I show a little photo where the plugs are, or prongs are for that plug. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to the driver mirror. Again, you want to push the mirrors all the way towards the vehicle. So for the driver mirror, I pushed it all the way to the right. And then you'll stick your hand in on the edge that's away from the car. This one I'm going to speed through because you saw me do one already. This one went just a little bit smoother since I knew exactly what I was going for on this run. At the end of the video, I'll show what the lights look like once the new VLED Meso Customs puddle pods are in, and it is a world of difference. Alright, so here's the puddle pods now, the Meso Customs VLEDs, and as you can see, there's no trouble seeing anything with these lights. They are very bright and just amazing to have, especially, late nights. This is my wife's car. If she's out by herself at night, I want her to be able to see, as well as everyone else to be able to see her. If you like this video, please let me know. If there's anything else that you would like to see, also please let me know. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.